Estate taxes are not a big issue for a lot of people now, but if that is an issue for you, there are various techniques that can be accomplished. For example, in New York, there is no gift tax right now, and so you can gift property in New York. Now there is that could limit, for federal purposes, the gift tax and the estate taxes are intertwined. So to the extent that you use up some of your available credit, which remember is now well over $5 million, you will have for gifts. You can't use it for estate taxes. But one approach is to gift before death and take advantage of the New York gifting rules and to reduce your federal estate tax. Now, one of the things is a question of what assets do you gift? Well, potentially you might want to consider giving away highly appreciated or assets that are going to appreciate. So if you have a feeling that your stock some stock you're holding is going to appreciate and it's going to affect your estate tax unfavorably, you might transfer that to your children. That being said, if you're holding highly appreciated stock, you might want to keep it in your estate, because one of the benefits you get upon dying, if there's any benefit on dying, is you get a step up in basis for your assets. So theoretically, if you die and you had bought a stock previously for $100 and it's now worth $1,000, your children could sell that stock the day after the funeral. Their basis for purposes of determining gain will be $1,000, and if the stock is worth $1,000, they will reduce any income tax. There won't be any income tax hit. So there's always this conflict between income tax and estate tax that you always have to resolve. But when we get past that, one of the very easy techniques for a very simple technique is you can give away, there's a certain amount that you can give away every year for purposes of gifting that will not affect your estate tax credits. And this year it's around $14,000, but it changes every year. And you can give away per person per year a certain amount of money without filing gift tax returns, without going into your estate tax credits, which means if you have 10 grandchildren and if you want to give them $10,000 each, you can give them you can give away $100,000 that year and reduce your potential estate tax liability without having any impact, and without filing any estate gift tax returns or estate tax returns. It's a very easy technique that people can use, particularly if they're kind of edging up around the estate tax limits. One of the things you always have to be aware of is where you're at, and if you're 87 and you're well within you're $3 million away from being estate tax limits, I wouldn't worry too much about it. However, if you're getting real close, you might want to start taking advantage of some of these techniques.